If you experience anxiety when you're presenting, you need to learn how to breathe diaphragmatically. Here's a quick clip that will show you how you can use the diaphragmatic breath to help project your voice and make you feel more calm when you're presenting. Brain plus oxygen equals thought. Now, I can't help you with the brain part. Sorry, that already came factory installed. But if you are not putting fuel in your brain, there is no way you're going to be able to think on your feet. Thought will not come out the other side. You wouldn't expect your car to go without gas, so why would you not fuel your brain? So if you're panicking, if you pull blanks, if you say it's because you're not breathing. But that's good news because you can fix it. Now, to help you get grounded, breathing exercises. So everyone, I want you to imagine we're at the swimming pool outside. Beautiful swimming pool. We're all standing there. And on the count of 3, I want you to take in the kind of breath you would take jumping into the swimming pool like a big cannonball dive. You're 10 years old. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. And let it go. All right. We're going to do that again. And this time I'm going to ask you to observe 2 things. Number 1, what part or parts of your body you're moving. And number 2, tension anywhere in your body. So what's moving and tension. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And let it go. Good. Tension anywhere in shoulders, neck. Great. What moved? Shoulders went where? Up. Yeah. Chest went out. Good. Some of you have belly went up. Good. Great. This is the worst kind of breathing to do when you're anxious and speaking. Please do not do this. This is what most people think is a deep breath. You'll see people start out their presentations and it'll be, good afternoon, everyone. I'm really pleased to be here to talk to you today about breathing. It's kind of exciting to be here. I'm running out of breath, even though I took a big breath, so I'm going to take another breath so I can get through the next bit of my sentence. I'm funny because I'm taking these big breaths and I'm running out of air as I'm talking to you, so I'm going to take another big breath. And I'm just collapsing every time I take one of these, and you get this death spiral down like this because you have no breath control. So we're going to do some diaphragmatic breathing. For those of you who have gone through natural childbirth, you know this puppy. When you're lying in bed tonight, all of you breathe diaphragmatically. You watch your bellies go up and down. For those of you who've got grandchildren or babies and they sleep in their little bassinets, you watch the bellies go up and down. It's so cute. They don't have any problems with vocal range or projection or nodules or volume. They just wail because they're using this breath. So how do you find this? Okay, let's have everyone stand up. Place your hands on your rib cage here, thusly. You can do it here, whatever's comfortable for you. The main thing is you want to keep your shoulders down, all right? Now, what most people do is when they take in a deep breath, we've already discovered, is this. Okay, and your lungs are like your earlobes. They're just sacks of flesh. They just collapse and expand. No staying power. We want to use the muscle. So find your lower ribs. Draw a line towards the middle. Give yourself a little poke there. And that's not fat, people. That is your diaphragm muscle. If someone hits you there, you are going to go right. So what we want to do is use this muscle to pull the air in and support the speech as it's going out. Great. So what we're going to do is breathing with your hands here through the mouth. Why through the mouth? Well, as a flutist, here's what I discovered. Most people who are not familiar with diaphragmatic breathing, they do it through their nose. You get this. And what's the problem? Is the upper chest is expanding. So for now, if you can just hang with me, I know it's dry, open your mouth, and we're going to breathe in. And instead of thinking breathing this way, I'd like you to think of expanding this way. Now, you're going to do it nice and slow. I see mouths closed, so I'm going to come around, I'm going to poke you. So mouths open, all right? And take your time nice and slow and see if you can expand the space through here. That's it. And let it go. Just take your time. Well, that maybe feels a little different. Mouth open. There we go. Good. Notice we're in second circle. Good. Now drop your hands and just notice the way you normally breathe. Where you feel it. Yeah. Most people say through here, shallow tide breathing. Okay. So we're going to play with this a little bit because people say to me, well, how much breath should I take? And I'm like, I don't know. Your lungs are bigger than mine. Let's figure this out. So imagine we have a container. This is your container. You're going to have your hands here. Breathing through your mouth. I want you to fill up whatever 1/4 of that container would be. And by the way, you will start yawning as I do this. I do not take offense. I know that you're not tired. We're going to start relaxing. So go enjoy the yawn. So go ahead, breathing in nice and slow. Now this is like when you're sitting and driving or typing. It's not very satisfying, but it gets the job done. Now, the second part we're going to go to a half. So what would a half feel like? So breathing in and just filling up a little bit more. Again, not completely satisfying, but a little bit more. So take a moment, see if you can find what a half would be. I told you. All right, now we're going to do what I call the after lasagna dinner breath. This is the breath that you take after a fabulous meal and you go. Yes. There's a place where your body automatically pauses and then relaxes. See if you can find that. Now the key is you have to take in the breath nice and slow, and you have to let yourself expand, and then you'll just automatically decompress. Or you know, it's the end of the day and you kick your shoes off and you come home and you just go, it feels really good. All right. You getting that? A little bit, yeah? Okay, now let's do the jumping into the swimming pool breath again. So go ahead, breathing in through your mouth. Fill it up, 4/4. Go ahead. Feel the tension in your throat. Way too much. Okay, let it out. See, we're not paying you enough to breathe that hard. Okay, now, 2/3 should be a little easier. The lasagna dinner breath, go ahead, see if you can find that. And now a half, see if you can find a half. And then a 1/4. Okay, everyone feel the difference in volumes? Okay, so we have a formula here. Your zone, you always start at 2/3 before you speak. You never go below a half. It's kind of like the thing in the back of your toilet, the shuttlecock, I think it's called. You know, when it's down here, it's time to call the plumber or someone to fix it. You want it to stay in here. This is your zone. So let's practice this. Counting from 1 to 10 normally. Forget we've done any kind of breathing. Just the way you would normally do it. Counting 1 to 10, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now, let's do it with a 2/3 breath. Taking a 2/3 breath and speak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Does that feel a little different to you? Yes? Okay. So we're going to do one more thing. Have a seat for a second. We're going to do something called obscene phone call breathing. Why? Because some of you carry tension in your throat. So repeat after me. We're going to breathe in on a couple of different vowels because we're going to figure out what's the best shape for our throat. We figured out how to stand and how to sit. What's the best way to breathe? So breathing in on the letter E. Don't engage your vocal cords, but you're going to go. Go ahead and let's do that together. Breathing in on E. Can you feel how tight that is in your throat? It's hard to get the air in. Good. Let's do A. So like this. Obscene phone call breathing in Vegas. Thank you. Here we go. Now imagine you've got a head cold. You're going to do You're going to go. Yeah, I can feel this is what you breathe like when you got a head cold. Good. Now we're going to do O breath. Listen closely. Imagine you're about to say, oh no. Yes. Can you feel how open your throat is, how easy it is to get the breath in? Yes. So O is the optimal shape for your voice. When speaking on the phone or from the front of the room, it is critical to make sure I breathe before I speak. And I even stuck in another one there to emphasize the last point. By making sure I always take an after lasagna dinner breath, I can control how fast I speak, how loudly I speak, whether I speak in a monotone, or whether I drop my volume at the end of my sentences. I'm breathing like a maniac. And I feel confident, and I feel like I can think. I really hope that gave you some ideas to help you, and if you're looking for more tips on how to be more clear and confident, visit www.manifestconsulting.ca.